Good morning and happy Wednesday. I hope that everyone is safe and well and that you are having a good day. Yesterday's lesson, we spent going through a posting that I made about COVID 19. And I think we're going to spend probably another week or so on this topic before we move to the second topic that people chose, because I think we have spent a good amount of time thinking about this one. Today's lesson is going to focus on vaccines and vaccination. So, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to listen to a recording. If you look at my screen here, you can see that this website, it has the name up at the top. So I think if you are interested, you could stop the video and just copy down and search for this website. We'll talk a little bit more about it on Thursday. This part of the Government of BC's online webpage is centers on information about vaccinations. So you can see different bits of information, all kinds of. Whenever you see this line here, FAQ. Very often on the internet, if you go to a website, you're going to see a little tab that says that FAQ. FAQ. Many people call it or pronounce it that way. FAQ stands for frequently asked questions. So whenever you're on a website, especially from the government or from your bank, and you see FAQ, FAQ, this is a little acronym. Usually if you click on it, you're going to see all kinds of questions people ask. So look how many different questions, and we'll spend some time looking at this. Today, though, what you are going to do in part 2 of today's lesson, maybe I'll just read it. You're going to listen to a recording. I made the recording, but the information comes from the Government of BC website. That recording has information from the government about the vaccination, early in the morning, about vaccination. Listen to the recording, take some notes. I'll give you some hints because all of our listenings, all of our activities that we watch videos, I have a little quiz with them to help you really focus and practice your listening skills. For this one, some of the things that you want to really listen for is how many vaccines, how many different vaccines have been approved by the government. And the word approved means the government said it's good to use. How many are there? This was an interesting bit of information for me because in the news we hear a lot about Moderna vaccine, Pfizer vaccine, that's the vaccine that I received, AstraZeneca vaccine, and just recently we have started to hear about a fourth one that is being used, the Johnson & Johnson Janssen vaccine. But listen to the recording very closely to see how many vaccines the government has approved. It's more than 4. The other thing that you should listen for is listen for information on how the vaccine protects us. How does it work? And what is our percent chance of catching or not catching COVID-19 if we take the vaccine? Also, listen closely for the side effects and the information they give you to watch for different side effects. A side effect or reaction, sometimes people call them side effects, side, SIDEFFECT, side effect, reaction. These two words are used to talk about a medicine that when we take the medicine, every medicine has a purpose. We take the medicine to fight a certain kind of sickness. But many times those medicines, they fight the sickness, but they also cause other things to change in our body. Maybe our body doesn't like the medicine, and so it reacts to it. It causes us to feel a different kind of sickness. It seems kind of strange that we take medicine, and sometimes while that medicine helps us fight one kind of sickness, sometimes it causes us to feel bad in other places, usually for a short period of time. So listen to the information they give about side effects. So that's some hints as you listen to this. The vocabulary, the sentence structure, all of this is word for word from the Government of BC's website. If you can listen, might take 2, it might take 3 times through, but if you can listen and understand the information, you should feel very good because this information is for all people, not just newcomers or people learning English. It's for all of us. So if you can follow that, that's a sign that you're learning, and you should feel confident. So listen to the recording. Of course, there's always a quiz. Yay. Yay for quizzes. When you finish this, I have a couple of other short vaccine-related exercises. This particular video, I don't think it's very long. I think maybe 2 minutes. Watch the video. It says watch the video as many times as you need. Answer the questions. This one is very nice. It says the questions are organized in the same order as the information as from the video. So as you go through the video, the questions follow the video, and that's very common. Most of my quizzes are like that. I don't mix them up. So the first 1 or 2 questions usually are from the beginning of a video. Then the middle questions are usually from the middle. The end questions in a quiz usually from the end of a video. So if you're ever watching, doing a quiz and you're not sure and you want to go back and check the video to see the information, always remember you can do so by thinking of where the questions are in the quiz. Most of the time, that gives you a chance to see if you can find it. So try this. It has some questions, not very many. I think 4 or 5 questions and a true false. Just some more information on vaccines. Something that you're starting to hear people talk about is once a person has a vaccine, they are protected from COVID-19, from catching COVID-19. In some ways, though, they can still, from what I can understand, they could still pass it on, perhaps, and in some cases they might still catch it, but not be very sick with it. So some people in the government and some people in our society are saying that people should uh, have what they're calling a vaccine passport. Now, if you think about passports, what is a passport? Well, most of us have a passport from our citizenship. So I have a Canadian passport that says I'm a Canadian citizen. If I want to travel, I get to the border, I show my passport, they say, yes, you can come in, or they keep track of who I am. Some people are saying we should now have something like this for vaccine. So if you want to go to a movie or to listen to a concert or go to school for that matter, go to a restaurant and be able to have food sitting inside the restaurant, we should be able to do that. If we have vaccine, we are protected, and so are other people. If everyone has vaccine, we should be relatively safe. So if a restaurant asks you, can I see your vaccine passport that proves that you had the vaccination, then if you have that, maybe you can travel sooner to visit family. I noticed in the comments, many people said the first thing that they would like to do, including me, after COVID is to travel to see family. Maybe if you have your vaccination and you prove it with a vaccine passport, you can travel sooner than people who have not had the vaccine. So this little exercise, a little bit of a reading exercise. We have some vocabulary. We have overseas is a term we use for traveling from generally one continent, let's say from Canada, North America to Asia. You fly over a sea. And so we often use that to talk about long distance travel overseas. And we have necessary, open, scheme. Scheme. The word scheme is another word for plan. But scheme has this other feeling. If you say the word plan, it means a plan. You're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. The word scheme also means plan, but sometimes it has this other meaning that the plan maybe is not so good. Not so good. It's not really clearly thought about. A venue, see, they have the word venue here. A venue is any public place that holds, let's say, a conference or a party. Venue. And then we have these words: religion, data, vaccinated, tested, unwilling, unfair. UN at the beginning usually tells you that whatever follows, the word's meaning is the opposite. So if you say fair, fair means being treated the same. Unfair means not being treated the same. So if you see a word that starts with un and you're not sure what it means, that UN usually means that whatever follows it, that whole word means the opposite. So that's something that helps us with vocabulary, is looking for how words start. There are some prefixes that really help us get an idea of what a word means. So try this. And next, just to keep reported speech in our mind, we're going to come back to this topic of reported speech and some of the tenses we practiced. I thought I would put this in to keep you thinking, and a little reported speech exercise that is in the notes. Have a good day. Take care.